Hey guys, it's me. So I want to go over this video with you guys from Fox News. Jesse Waters, sorry Chuck, Dems have a new captain, and we might know who her name is. Let's go.
Buckle up. The Democrats are staging another coup.
I saw some Republican members of Congress saying, oh, well, if we have this shutdown, it's because of AOC. Well, if that's the case, my office is open and you are free to walk in and negotiate with me directly.
AOC's announcing, I'm captain now, and told Schumer to walk the plank. Chuck, did you hear that?
The Schumer shutdown. What do you say about that name? Senator Schumer, can you hear me?
I can't hear.
Senator Schumer, can you hear me? I don't think Senator Schumer can hear me right now. Maybe the government shutdown included audio on Capitol Hill.
Do we even need to hear from Chuck? Because
No.
AOC is the shot caller. She told Chuck to shut it down, and he did. He shut it down so he can keep his job.
Chuck Schumer is terrified she's going to get a primary challenge from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The reason why the American people's government is shut down is because Chuck...
Mind you, that girl is like dumb as a box of rocks. She went to a prestigious school. She likes to claim that she's from New York, like Bronx, New York, and then all of a sudden she has like this accent and trying to sound all like hood, just like, you know, Jasmine Crockett, with her being another one who went to a Richie Rich school who tries to sound ghetto. But if you watch past videos of her when she was first going into, you know, like Congress and her Senate, she was so like, she spoke so eloquently, you know. AOC, on the other hand, she just sounds ditzy. And when you, and mind you, I believe she went to school for like economics, and when they pressed her on some economic questions, she had no clue. So she must have been one of them students that was like a D student. I'm just saying, you know, I don't know if it's true, it's just my opinion, you know, because you have some people that know their stuff, and then you have other people that don't know their stuff. And she was one of those people, but she knows nothing. Like, even her constituents will come up to her and tell her she's doing a, you know, piss poor job, and she doesn't care. She really doesn't. All she cares about is likes, and all she wants is people to subscribe to her on her like TikTok or, you know, Instagram or whatever. She just wants, you know, to be famous, you know. But let's keep going.
Chuck Schumer is listening to the far left radicals in his own party because he's terrified of a primary challenge.
The White House posted this picture of Schumer as a hot dog. Don't worry, it's kosher. We also hope
Man, what a
Chuck
hot
grills
dog.
dogs better than burgers. Speaking of barbecue, what's up with his hands? Did he burn them on the grill? Democrats don't have a political party, but at least they have a Halloween party. Chuck's dressed as a hot dog, AOC's a pirate, and Hakeem's wearing a sombrero. Nancy didn't get the invite, and now she's rhymes with hissed.
There was a thought from the Republicans that AOC is directing this, and she said that senators are welcome to go to her office directly. Is she driving that?
Why are you saying such a ridiculous thing?
I'm just
Why
quoting
are
what
you
AOC
saying-
said.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
said go to her office directly. Do you think there's any credibility
She
to
is
that?
not directing this. She's wonderful. She's a real...
As you can see from Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, this is why we need term limits. These people should not be in office. You should also be questioning their salary, because these people are worth millions, and they only make like 100 and I think like 50 or 160,000 a year. That's insane that they're worth over millions and millions of dollars. But okay.
team player and the rest of that. You started by saying Republicans saying that she's directing this. She is not. Hakeem Jeffries is.
Hakeem's in charge.
Timo
You mean the
Obama.
guy taking shutdown selfies and holding sombrero press conferences?
It was a disgusting video.
It was a funny
was a
video. If y'all
racist
seen that,
video.
it was hilarious.
It was unbecoming of anyone purporting to be the president of the United States of America. But y'all, I ain't scared.
No one said you were scared, Hips. It's just a sombrero. Democrats called Trump a Nazi and let him get shot in the head. He ain't scared. They didn't demand answers after Butler, but now they want Mike Johnson to investigate Sombrero Gate.
With our leader in a sombrero, nodding with a mustache, and Schumer saying things, of course, that he never said. The Speaker said that was not his style. I said, did you call it out? You should call it out for the racist, bigoted thing that it was. And he questioned whether or not it was racist.
What's racist about a sombrero? They're acting like they put a Black Panther cap on them. They've been putting white hoods on Trump's head for 10 years.
And they've
but
been
a sombrero is racist?
MAGA.
It's actually kind of racist to think a sombrero is racist.
Hakeem Jeffries said it was racist, and I know that he said that, and I honestly don't even know what that means. Like, is he a Mexican American that is offended by having a sombrero meme? And I'll tell Hakeem Jeffries right now, I make this solemn promise to you that if you help us reopen the government, the sombrero memes will stop. And I've talked to the President of the United States about that.
So what we have here is a good old Mexican standoff. Trump will stop putting up pictures of hips in a sombrero if Democrats stop demanding health care for illegals to keep the government running. It's not like Trump didn't let Hakeem pick his hat. Hips could have walked out of the Oval with a big, beautiful Trump 2028 hat. Trump said, come on, Jeffries, Biden wore one. But Hakeem said, red's not my color.
Well, actually, he did not try to hand Leader Schumer and I the Trump 2028 hat. They just randomly appeared in the middle of the meeting on the desk. It was the strangest thing ever. And I just looked at the hat, looked at J.D. Vance, who was seated to my left, and said, don't you got a problem with this?
Trump 2028.
And he said no comment. And that was the end of it.
So if Hakeem walked out with a deal and a hat, we wouldn't be here. Now the government is officially shut down, and no one knows who's in charge of the Democrat Party. So they're running around the Hill banging on doors.
Open the door, Mr. Speaker. Open the doors of Congress, Mr. Speaker.
Transgender congressmen are storming the Capitol trying to find Johnson.
We're barreling towards a shutdown. All my Democratic colleagues are here. I'm going to go search for my Republican colleagues. Republicans, y'all know there's a government shutdown. Republicans, anyone here?
God, they're so stupid.
Is Mike Johnson in here?
Remember Shree, the 70-year-old Indian congressman that tried to impeach Trump? Well, he just flew the coop and said the quiet part out loud.
Returning back to Detroit this morning after the Republicans failed to show up in the U.S. House. We got to make sure Americans have the health care that they need. And if that means we got to shut this government down, so be it.
Shree's going to be in trouble with hips. Democrats aren't supposed to admit they're the ones shutting down the government. We all know they're shutting it down to give illegal aliens free health care, but they're not supposed to admit that either. But they did.
The amount of money that actually is going towards people who are undocumented is such a small portion of the Medicaid cuts or the Affordable Care Act, if at all.
They went from illegal aliens don't get free health care to, yeah, we're giving them free health care, but it just doesn't cost that much. CNN caught them red-handed. Watch.
They talk about the provisions, and it's right here, subtitle E, and this has to do with the repeal of health care. What you support does bring back funding for emergency Medicaid to hospitals, some of which does pay for undocumented immigrants. Why even include that in a bill knowing that they're going to seize right upon that?
Hakeem didn't answer the question, but Maxine did. No relation. She said Democrats are demanding health care for everybody. Trump and JD, they aren't going to let that slide.
Nope.
There's a lot of emergency health care at hospitals that are provided to illegal aliens. That was funded by the federal government. The Biden administration gave mass parole to millions upon millions of illegal aliens, and then they simultaneously made those parolees eligible for health care benefits funded by taxpayers.
Biden was waving an amnesty wand and giving millions of illegals free health care. Illegals were going to the hospital to have babies, free. In California, they were able to get sex changes, free. Illegals use the hospital when they have the sniffles, all free. We got fleeced. So Trump closed the bank. A Times poll says 65% of the country thinks Democrats are delusional for shutting down the government for this.
Yeah.
Schumer calls it fake news.
The question in that poll is biased. Biased. In the New York Times, but it's biased. If you turn the
Wow. Stupid.
That's true. I don't always believe the New York Times.
Democrats are getting annihilated in the PR battle. The media won't lie for them, and they don't even know how to meme.
We're also dealing with the social media, which we didn't do enough of, frankly, in the past. And that was a mistake, and we're trying to rectify it.
Chuck has to save face with the base and show he can fight, or else he's going to get cooed. The Democrats are going through the same growing pains that the Republicans went through 15 years ago with the Tea Party and then with the Freedom Caucus. Republicans got rid of Eric Cantor, Boehner, Kevin McCarthy.
Gotta kick out them rhinos.
But the Democrat Party never let the beefs play out. They shut down Bernie. Nancy put AOC in timeout. And they stole the nomination from Biden.
Yeah.
The Democrat establishment's on a collision course with its base. Now, these kinds of fights should be done in the primary, when voters decide the winners and losers. But when you do it in a shutdown, both factions lose. Trump's not caving, not for illegal alien health care. The government will reopen.
America first.
Sombreros or no sombreros, there will be no fiesta. But Schumer will always look like a wiener.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click.
All right, so you guys saw that, and I just want to know your thoughts on it. I do think that it is definitely, from everything that we're seeing other, news podcasters talking about, as well as news articles, that this is the Democrats doing. They're trying to hold out for illegals because, again, they're trying to create that base so that they can use that to stay in power, which is ridiculous. We need just to deport them all. And we need to hang up a big old sign on our country saying no vacancy, and this is just getting ridiculous. Now, I'm sorry, the left can't meme for anything, not even to save their lives. Their memes don't even make sense half the time, and they're not very funny. The right meme is hilarious. I'm just saying. But, I'm going to leave you with this clip that you're going to really enjoy, which is the one that they're talking about with the sombrero. I'm not offended by it. I just think it's hilarious. I can laugh at stuff. I think things are funny as heck. So I'm going to leave you with that clip. But before I do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Look, guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of shit, at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too.